Hello, I'm Benny Westside. Today I want to talk to you about symbiotes and the possible symbiote that we might get. I have chat with me, so we're gonna look at the designs. So I want to look at their visuals and then what they might bring to the game. Now I don't know whether the kit we already know the kit is set and it's just gonna be the model that's different, or if they're gonna design the kit based on who gets selected. So that part I don't know. It's more of a speculative video, but it looks at what I would like to see from this character basically. We already have 6 symbiotes in the game. This might be like a new symbiotes or like like some type of like hero symbiotes, something like that, like an offshoot team of it with a couple new characters, or it might be completely a different team, like how Agent Venom is part of Rebirth and he doesn't really have much symbiote uh, synergy attached to him. So let's go into the designs. First up, let's look at Groot. It was in the lore. It says this is a Venom symbiote that uh, he's hosting, and venomized Groot is actually something from the comics. Uh, Looking at the Groot that we have in the game, some of his key aspects are support and sustain. This image does look more like a brawler though. The Groot we have on his basic back in the day, uh, famously, he would conk really hard. So I can see him being a brawler that does a lot of single target damage, but high damage. So that could be interesting. He might have things like cleanses or death proofs. And I can see him applying bleed when he gets hit, similar to how the Groot that we have applies slow, but that's not necessarily like a character that I would be interested in having in the game specifically. If he gets the Guardian tag, that would be interesting and allow synergy with Star Lord to get more to put more speed and damage on him, especially if he's a brawler. Yeah, Windstorm, the kit might be set and they're just basically choosing a skin. I don't know, but my logic was based on what the character does and how it might affect the new character. Because when they do variants, they try to pull key aspects, like how Captain America's key aspect was uh, defense up and ability energy generation. So Cap Sam and Cap World War II, uh, especially the energy generation, work on that. And then Cap Sam takes the energy generation and defense up from Classic Cap and the speed bar from Falcon. So these like signature abilities get translated into the new character. So I would hope something like that happens. As you said, Groot giving death proof, we could see that. We might see a bleed application, as I said, as a retaliation mechanic, like a passive aggression. When he gets hit, he applies a bleed. Because symbiotes deal more with bleeds than with slows, so I can see something like that. Uh, Looking at Thanos, now this could be really interesting. Um, they said he went and collected different symbiotes to power up all of his Infinity Stones. So the unempowered Thanos that we have, his key mechanic again is energy generation. I would love a new universal energy generating battery. That would be fantastic. But this one has the gauntlet, it has the stones. So I'm thinking more along the lines of empowered Thanos. That's why it's less attractive to me. He might have something to do with flips, but we just got Doctor Strange rework, or like there's characters that flip, even Viv Vision flips. Nothing that's super in the meta, but they did say they're going to rework Black Order, especially Thanos, to be more of a plug and play character. So if that's on its way, I don't know that there's a need for uh, those roles being filled. So that's why I didn't go with Thanos. Although I think it's a pretty interesting idea to have a different symbiote boosting each Infinity Stone. I think that's pretty cool. looking at Kestrel, uh, this is the one I voted for. I think this is pretty sick. Just the animation here looks so cool. Sorry. Like, look at that. I think that's pretty crazy to think about. Um, she has the defense down passive aggression mechanic. These are very powerful usually. So I can see Kestrel doing something like that. Again, maybe with bleeds. If she pings whenever somebody with bleed is attacked or somebody gets bleed, he could synergize really well with Undying or teams like that that have bleeds. So I thought Kestrel would be fantastic to have in the game, and it would be a hero character, whereas Thanos for sure would be a like a villain. So Windstorm says, empowered Thanos fueled by a symbiote. He generates ability energy when bleed is applied or some such nonsense. That could be, but it's an empowered one, so I'm leaning more towards his flip mechanic on his special. I think that's his key feature. Whereas if he didn't have the gauntlet, then yeah, I would think the battery. But he might still do a battery. I would love a new battery. Like ability energy is one of my favorite things. Turn meter, those two are great. But just like symbiotes are like ferocious, right? So a ferocious character doing passive aggression, I thought could be great. And it's just the idea of this heavily tech character bonding with a symbiote. I think it's cool. This is the Venom symbiote, so it's a more classic one. I think it's really cool. And just this, look how that looks. I think that's pretty cool. That's why I voted for her. What about their speed? You think they would have the same speed as their regular? I don't think so. I think their speed would be based on, you know, whatever team they're plugging into. That said, um, Carnage will give them speed bar, whoever it is. So that's something. And then finally, Silver Surfer. Uh, like it's hard to tell that this is Silver Surfer. It wasn't exciting to me. Uh, he looks like he tried to save Supergirl too many times and got stuck in a time loop, if you ask me. So it wasn't as exciting to me. Uh, that said, like this weapon is cool, but it also doesn't relate to Silver Surfer at all. This silhouette is pretty sick, but that could be like a Green Goblin. It really doesn't say Silver Surfer to me. Um, it's a Savitar or something like that. So I don't know. Uh, I the polls showing Silver Surfer. It's very um, he's probably gonna win. Everybody loves Silver Surfer. He's a popular character, so people are probably gonna choose him. If this symbiote has a charge clear mechanic, that's very valuable to the game. We're seeing more and more chargeable characters. Our arena team coming up is a chargeable team. So if they do incorporate the decharging, that could be valuable. So um, yeah, that's a good thing. Burnsy, welcome, first time chatter. Reminds me of the aliens from the first Avengers movie. You know what? That's right. I could see him riding one of those slug thingies that's floating through New York. Absolutely. I agree. The symbiote corrupted the power cosmic. It is similar to how Apocalypse transformed Angel into the Horseman of Death. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It just like this could be any character from any franchise. It doesn't say Silver Surfer to me, so that's why it wasn't exciting to me. This weapon doesn't look like Silver Surfer. This surfboard has more of the proportions of a surfboard, but the Silver Surfer we know has more of an elongated surfboard, so not even that is screaming him to me. So I don't know. Like this silhouette, Green Goblin. I don't know. I don't know. I mean it looks like a very cool character, and as I said, if he has the decharge mechanic, that would be great. So he's likely going to win. So I hope he has the decharging. We'll see, but my vote is for Kestrel. I think she's pretty cool. So, but you know, vote for who you like, and let us know uh, who you're voting. Come down in the comments. Let me know who you're voting for and why. I'd love to know why, and if I'd love to be convinced or agree with your choices. So let me know. Thank you.